Hi, I'm Susan and I'm going to show you how to make a rose. First, you'll need a nail, a board, parchment paper attached to your nail, a bag of icing, and a large rose tip. This is a 127D. First, you want to start a base, and you can make a cone shape, or if you have problems with that, you can simply do an up and down motion like so to create a cone. And notice it's pretty big. It's as wide as my tip, almost. Now, because it's a big rose, I'm going to do a second story, I call it, or second level. So I'm doing another cone shape on top. Okay? See where my petal stopped and left off? That's where I'm going to start my first petal. Now, the base of my tip is large, the top of my tip is small, and I simply start where I left off, turn, and squeeze, release, and notice how I pull away from the rose. Let's look at that first petal. If you follow the line, it's a slight C curve, upside down C. But there's really not a large motion of turning. Watch again. Just slightly toward the end. Release, or you'll have a long petal sticking out here. That's just something you have to get used to doing. You just have to practice. Okay, that's the beginning of your rose, and you can stop right there if you want that size. But I keep going. 1, 2, 3 petals. And if I have room at my base, which I do, for another row of petals, I do a second or third row. So see where these two come together? I'm going to make sure the middle of this next petal falls in line with where those two petals come together. And once I do that, my other petals should line up. And notice the base is up against the rose. The tip for these wider petals is out. Pointed out. Ooh, I got that one a little bit wide, so look what I'm going to do. I'm going to just tuck back in here and do another petal or two. Well, actually all the way around. Ooh, that's really a wide, flat rose. Any mistakes you can just catch with the tip and smooth it out. So now you'll want to let this dry in the oven. You can turn it on 170, 200 and heat the oven up for just 2-3 minutes. Turn it back off. Run your tray of roses in the oven and let them dry overnight under the light. Leave the light on and check them the next day and see if they're ready to peel off and use on a cake.